Good evening. Welcome. I'm Dale Dobson. I'm the executive director here at the National Jazz Museum in Harlem, and I want to welcome all of you for an incredible evening that you're going to enjoy this tonight. This is the second program by Solomon Hicks that we've had this month. Yes, curated by Solomon. Yes, you're in for a treat. We're going to start with a panel discussion. Well, you're gonna hear more about the program, but anyway, tonight is Women of Jazz and Blues. Is that the correct title? I believe, by Solomon Hicks. So I'm going to introduce you to the producer of tonight's show, Seydurah McMillan. Sekou, yes, so you can tell our wonderful audience more about the evening tonight.
Thank you so much. Give it up for Dale Dobson, the executive director of the museum. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for coming out. How are you all doing? Good. Anyone's first time here? Yes. Anyone returning? Welcome to all. We have a great program for you. It's been brought to you by the National Endowment of the Arts. We engaged 4 artists to bring together jazz and other genres and speak about their connection. And we engaged this amazing artist who is doing a program around jazz and blues. Let me just talk about him for a second. He's a Harlem native, acclaimed guitarist, vocalist, and composer whose work spans blues, jazz, gospel, and beyond. A former child prodigy who performed at the historic Cotton Club, collaborated with icons such as Tony Bennett, Jeff Beck, and Buddy Guy. His debut album, Harlem, earned the Blues Music Award for Best Emerging Artist Album, and his career continues to bridge tradition with modern sound. In addition to performing, he is deeply committed to music education and community engagement. Yes. So let's bring to the stage Mr. Solomon Hicks.
National Jazz Museum, how's everybody doing? Good evening. I was looking forward to today. We have some heavy hitters in the house tonight. Step into an evening that celebrates the powerful voices shaping the futures of jazz and blues. The Woman of Jazz and Blues shines a spotlight on the artists, leaders, and visionaries carrying the torch in 2026. Women whose journeys, resilience, and artistry continue to redefine the music industry. Welcome, everybody. The first person I want to bring up to the stage, a dynamic and fiery blues vocalist. Seydurah Avecmoi blends jazz, swing, rock, funk into a powerful and electrifying sound. Born in the South Bronx and raised in Atlanta, it has performed globally, including headlining Australia's Swing Blues Dance Festival and appearing at international cultural events such as the United Nations German Consulate Gala. Everybody put your hands together for Seydurah Avecmoi, y'all. An Atlanta native turned New Yorker, Burgandy Williams is a versatile performer and recording artist whose career spans multiple genres. She rose to prominence after winning the Apollo Theater Super Top Dog in 2015 and has since performed on major stages including Radio City Music Hall alongside Hugh Jackman, as well as appearances on The X Factor, UK, and Don't Forget the Lyrics. National Jazz Museum, put your hands together for Miss Burgandy Williams. A leading force behind the scenes in jazz, Robin Bell Stevens is a distinguished arts administrator, producer, and cultural strategist. As director and executive producer of Jazzmobile, she continues the legacy of one of the nation's most important jazz institutions. Her career spans roles in marketing, politics, and large-scale cultural productions. working alongside legendary artists and shaping major festivals and initiatives both in the U.S. and internationally. Everybody put your hands together for Miss Robin Bell Stevens. First off, I'd like to thank you for coming out this evening and thank you for sharing your time. So this question is going to go out to everyone. And we'd like to start with you, Miss Robin. Would you say that there is a difference between blues and jazz? And if so, what does that difference mean to you?
Okay. So I would say, first of all, I want to thank you all for having me, but especially want to thank Solomon Hicks, because he was a student at Jazzmobile Saturday Jazz Workshop when he was like 11 years old, and he's come a long way, baby. So I believe there's definitely a difference. Some of you may know my late father was a bass player by the name of Aaron Bell, and he played with Duke Ellington. And when I was in school, I went to an all-girl Catholic high school, and they gave us a special project. And my special project was the history of blues, and I was 14 years old. So even though I grew up with jazz in the house and blues, Daddy also played European classical and anything else he wanted to play on the piano. But I think that my preference is depending upon where I am, what I'm doing, and what kind of a mood I'm in, right? So I have to say quite openly and honestly, I love both of them, and they're both different, but I believe in my heart, you really couldn't have one without the other.
Amen. Miss Burgandy, would you say that there's a difference between blues and jazz? And if so, what does that difference mean to you?
For me, they are intertwined deeply, and one soothes me and one moves me. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So that would be my difference.
Ms. Seydurah, would you say that there's a difference between blues and jazz? And if so, what does the difference mean to you?
I would say that there is a difference. Being a blues singer, predominantly. I mean, I'll sing anything you pay me to sing. But being a blues singer, I think the difference is blues is the meat, the bones, the chitlins of whatever you're feeling. Mm-hmm. But jazz is the mental. Jazz is the intellect to me. You know, it's, let me try to process this in this way. But blues is, this is what I'm feeling right now. I got to sit with one leg up on the bed, dangling one sock off. That's what blues is. It's the crotch. If I can be so bold as to say, y'all know what I mean. It's the crotch of music to me. And blues is that intellect of music.
I love how you said I'm a blues singer. That's right.
I'm a blues singer and I live a blues life.
This next question goes out to Miss Burgandy.
Yes.
What are ways do you think we can get the youth, specifically women, to be more interested in the American classical art form of blues and jazz?
You have to start them young. Really, appreciation of music has to start at home before they reach the outside world. I was introduced to the blues mostly through my grandmother and jazz through my grandfather, two different households. And being that the radio became such a predominant thing, of course I went to regular, popular music or whatever, but whenever I hear a jazz tune or a blues song, that hits home. So I say introduce children to the original sounds of our people before they get to hear the processed sounds of others.
Beautiful, beautiful. This goes out to Miss Robin. Do you feel the younger generation of women are exposed to music genres like jazz and blues enough in the year 2026?
Yeah, so it's interesting how our music gets integrated into marketing, advertising. You'll see commercials, you hear a little jazz, you hear a little blues. But I think the reality is that unless it's taught, as was said, it's really not going to become a part of who they are. It's not going to become a part of their lives. We have a saying that I used to say all the time is that my personal goal in this music is that jazz reaches critical mass. And critical mass means that every school is teaching our music, and that's jazz and blues, of course. I don't care if it's a public, private, parochial, or home school. And every adult is spending some portion of what I call their disposable income on our music. I don't care if it's National Jazz Museum in Harlem, Jazz at Lincoln Center, Jazz Mobile, or that local club on the corner. Go in there, hear the live music, and if you have children or if you have any connection to the school system, I'll especially say the public school system, because that's what motivated Billy Taylor to start jazz education programming back in 1965. It was the lack of music education in our schools. So in my world, we can't say lobby, but we can say advocate. But we need to advocate for our music. We need to advocate for our culture like other cultures have done.
Amen.
Can I say something to that? There was a time when jazz and blues was such a part of everyday music that we used to hear that it was in our cartoons.
Yes, that's true.
You couldn't hear a cartoon without hearing a jazz lick.
True.
And now these children are bereft of real music. They just hear random sounds and pow and crazy stuff like that. And they are really being separated from music, which is part of all of our souls. So there's a great part of reality, the reality of music, the feel, the emotion, the joy and the presence of music is missing in kids' lives. So if you can find a Sesame Street episode somewhere, sit a kid down and let them watch it.
I think I know that record you're talking about.
Teletubbies and things.
This next question goes out to Miss Seydurah.
Yes.
Who was the person that started you on your musical journey? Was it a family member, a friend, or was it through TV?
It was actually my brother. My brother is a musician. He's a drummer. God-given gift. He's one of those, as my mother says, he picked up a drum and he was, I think, first banging on the pots and pans. He's about 10 years older than me. So he started banging on the pots and pans. So my grandmother bought him his first set. And he learned the rudiments of percussion by attending school here in the Bronx. I don't know if it still exists, Stevenson High School. Okay, but he had the God-given propensity for it already. So here we are. I'm 10 years younger than him. He's my best friend. He's my everything. So everything he did, I wanted to do. So here he was playing the drums, and I would be doing it too, and I never realized that just being around them. That's why it's so important for the siblings to be in their brothers or sisters' lives, because as I got older, I look at singing now as a percussion. If I can't find a beat in it, and I find a beat in every single thing, if I can't find a beat in it, then I have a hard time finding the melody. And my brother was like, "Oh, so you really want to do this? You really want to sing, huh?" And I said yes. And I think I was about 11 years old. He went to my elementary school, and I got called into the school office, and I didn't know why I was being called into the school office. And they said, "Well, your brother, Bobby Nash, just said that you need to take band lessons." Huh? What? But he was my first inspiration. While everyone else was, they didn't look at me going to talent shows or anything. My brother would take off of his job just to come. You know, and that's so important, not only to have your own interests, but to have someone who supports me. Here I was, just a little girl, 11 years old. I said I wanted to sing We Are Family. My family, no one came but my brother. You know, so I always say to people, he is my biological brother, but he is my musical father. Yeah.
Shout out to the Bronx on that one. Anybody from
That's
the Bronx?
right.
Yeah. So this next question goes out to everyone. Miss Robin, what's one short story of a moment someone inspired you to follow your dreams?
That's a good question. Okay, so my daughter, who's like in her 30s, likes to say to me, "Mommy, you must have been a griot because you talk too much." But I said, "That's okay. I got a story to tell." So, but I'll shorten it. I guess again, when I was very young in high school, I made a list of everything that I ever wanted to do, and there were about, if I can recall, maybe 18 or 19 things on the list, and I had systematically gone through them and done them all. And I remember once there's something that I really wanted to do, and people weren't sure if I could do it, and my father just looked me dead in the eye. And he said, "Your name is Robin Bell, right?" I said, "Yeah." "You're Dolores Bell and Aaron Bell's daughter, right?" I said, "Yeah." "So what else do you need to do what you want to do?" So I have kept that with me ever since. And my now 32-year-old daughter has heard that for 32 years about herself. Because I do think that if there's someone in your life who believes in you and encourages you and you love and respect them, no matter what anybody else says about you or to you, you will hear it. But you don't have to absorb it, right? So that's what I've been able to do. So I would have to say that it was both of my parents, but my dad is the one who said it.
Miss Burgandy, what's one short story of a moment someone's inspired you to follow your dreams?
Short story, okay.
Take your time. Take your time.
I've always known I wanted to be a singer. It was never a question for me. But I would always hear, "Get a respectable job." When I was a kid, the Apollo would come on TV and I'd be glued to it. We had a black and white TV in the kitchen. And while everybody else, all the big people was watching the color TVs, I'd be in the black and white in the kitchen watching the Apollo every time it came on. And I'm a Gemini. You tell a Gemini no, make you want it even more. So all I kept hearing was, "No, get a respectable job, get a government job, do the right thing, go to college." I've always known I would end up here in this space. I just needed everybody else to die so I could do it.
Did they die?
Yes.
Okay.
They're all gone.
Hey. Say, Sister Seydurah,
Yes.
what's one short story of a moment someone's inspired you to follow your dreams?
I would say the director of the School of Performing Arts where I attended in Atlanta. A lot of people are familiar, they may be familiar with it because Jasmine Guy attended there.
North Atlanta, baby.
Yeah, well, it's North Atlanta now, but back
North
then it was
side.
North Side.
North
Yeah. I think John Schneider attended as well. A lot of prominent people. Jonte Austin, who wrote songs for Mary J. Blige. RuPaul. I remember sitting on the bus to go home, and RuPaul came there, and he had the spiked mohawk, and at that time he was an Atlanta celebrity. He was known as Mr. Sexuality. That was like 83, 82, somewhere like that. Yeah, but he was always on that trajectory. But all of those people went by Billy D. Dinsmore, who was the director of the School of the Arts. Now, here I was living in what people now call the SWATs, Southwest Atlanta. You know, T.I. call it Trap City. But I was raised there. So we moved there, Pittsburgh, Mechanicsville. And I knew what I wanted to do. I didn't know how to go about it. And attending that School of the Arts and making that audition, my world was open that this is actually possible. Because I saw it every day. I saw the singing, the dance, and the tech work every single day, along with the reading, writing, arithmetic, and all that. I actually got to see that in action, to know there is something outside of your neighborhood that is possible. And there's nothing wrong with my neighborhood. There was nothing wrong with Pittsburgh. But I knew in my heart there was something more, and I didn't know how to visualize it until Billy D. Densmore. So rest in peace. He's done great work for a lot of people, his service.
We went to the same school.
You went there too? Wow. I didn't know that.
He was my director before I was there when he retired.
You used to walk like this all the time? Yes.
Sing from here.
Yes.
Sing from here.
Yeah. I had no idea you went to.
After you.
Yes. Yeah.
Can I hear the audience say Georgia?
Georgia. Yes.
There we go. Okay, this next question goes out to Sister Robin. Can you name some of the challenges it takes to run one of the biggest music festivals in New York City? Throughout the year, you keep Marcus Garvey Park and Grant's Tomb filled with dancing and life.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, what are the challenges? I think that the challenge is that we are the oldest organization in the world that was created with a mission just for jazz, that has had free core programs from day one. Summerfest is the longest running jazz festival in the state of New York, and obviously also in the city of New York. So I think that the challenge will probably surprise some people, but those who really know, and there are a couple of people in the back, I know y'all really know, it has to do with being a small not-for-profit organization that is about Black American culture in the wonderful village of Harlem. And we don't have major support from individual donors, and that makes a difference. We don't attract, the audiences we can attract, obviously, which is a wonderful thing, and I don't take credit for it because Billy Taylor did it first. But he built something that was there that I could take and say, okay, what can I add to it? How can I make it more? But if we don't have a board of directors that can help us to raise the significant kind of money that we need. That said, we've been very fortunate in the past 2 years. We've attracted money from major foundations like the Mellon Foundation and the Gilman Foundation. And of course, we get the government grants. But we really do need to attract the major players. Put that on the side. When I first got to Jazzmobile, we had 0 individual donors. 0. And I've been there 22 years. So now we have significantly more, and we have gotten as much as $75,000 from individual donors, and that's significant for us. So I think that the biggest challenge is being able to attract major donors so we can also then hire the staff that we need, right? We have a very small staff. We have 3 staff people, but we have 12 consultants that round out the team for us. We went from just having concerts in the summertime and education programs in the fall and winter, where we now have year-round programming. We have summer programming, and West Harlem Development Corp was the organization that stepped up when they heard we had this opportunity to start presenting year-round programming. So we do get support, but we need that major support to sustain us so we can do growth. And I'm looking as someone who I know gets that story, and she's only been there a minute, and I know she knows already that I speak truth. But you know, as I said, you know, we're here because we believe in the culture, we believe in the music, we believe in each and every one of you that show up to support our programs.
Beautiful. This next question goes out to you, Ms. Seydurah.
Yes, Brother Solomon.
You carry the tradition of Coco Taylor and Sweet Georgia Brown all in one. What's the importance to you on keeping their legacy alive?
What is the importance? Yes, Sweet Georgia Brown. I have the honor, and you know this, I have the honor of Sweet Georgia Brown naming me her protege before she passed away. So a lot of y'all didn't know that.
We know now.
Yeah. So I was so fortunate to be able to literally be at her feet and listen, not just while she was performing, but listen to her stories. And so with that, I do try to extend that same hand that she gave to me, because she didn't have to talk to me. And for those of you that knew Georgia, if she didn't trust you, she didn't talk to you. Mm-hmm. She was straightforward, and she didn't give you the time of day, you know. But like her, there was this one person that went to her and said, "Hi, my name is Seydurah Avecmoi, and I'm a singer." And she just looked at me. She was like, And then she said, "Give me a cranberry and vodka." She was raw. She was real. And the importance of her legacy through me is that I give people the same thing. We had a conversation once where she told me that she met Billie Holiday. And so the way I think of it, and I don't like to think of it as arrogance, I like to think of it as legacy. Mm-hmm. You had Ma Rainey, Bessie Smith, Billie Holiday, Sweet Georgia Brown, me. And my hand has to extend to keep that line going to the next person, the next singer that I come into contact with. I can't speak on everybody, but whom I come into contact with, so they get the influence of going back up. That next person is going to get the influence of Seydurah Avecmoi, who got the influence of Sweet Georgia Brown, who got the influence of Billie Holiday, who got the influence of Bessie Smith, who got the influence of Ma Rainey. That is what legacy is to me. Mm-hmm. And that's so important. Mm-hmm. And most of the times, if you all come to a show, I'm not using this as, come to my show, but 9 times out of 10, if you come to my show, I'm going to mention Georgia anyway. Mm-hmm. Because I made that a promise to me, my promise to her, that there is not going to be a time when I am on the stage singing blues that I don't mention her name. Because in this fleeting world, people get forgotten so fast, so fast, so fast. But unless you speak their name, unless you speak the name of the ancestors that came before you, I am walking oral history. Burgandy is walking oral history. Miss Deborah? Robin is, I've renamed you already. Ms. Robin is walking oral history. And when there weren't tape recorders, when there weren't what they call floppy disks, when there weren't phones to record everything, what did we have to know that the ancestors were here other than oral history? So that's what I do. That's what I'm here to do. And I do it gladly.
And she does it well.
The National Jazz Museum brought some beautiful people here tonight. This next question goes out to you, Miss Burgandy. You're able to perform your own music and play live globally. Do you find challenges navigating the music industry?
There are plenty. There are so many, being that, for me, everything for me has been trial and error, because I don't have anybody guiding me. I am not a business-minded person. I am a performer. So I've had to learn business the hard way. But with every lesson learned comes knowledge and wisdom. So I don't repeat the same mistakes. I find that a lot of the things that I do and a lot of the people that I meet, I try not to meet strangers. When in this business, it's kind of hard to, because everybody has something to show you. I have a saying that I teach my nephews and my nieces: win or learn, you never lose. So you either won the situation or you learned from what you did wrong. So if you look at it that way, you're constantly growing. And the music, in music, there are so many avenues you can take, so many people you can watch and try to learn from, but every path is so singularly different. There's no way to truly copy someone else. So that's what I've really, really learned a lot from, and I hope that I can at least be an example, even though I don't feel like I have anything to teach anyone right now.
You taught me a lot.
No, you taught me a lot. My first, actually, you were right. Your brother did recommend me to come see you once I got my foot here. And I'm a person that learns by example. And I saw her rip a stage singing blues, and it brought everything I used to know full circle, and I knew I was in the right place. And that's what music does. So thank you for that.
But doesn't it feel good though too, if I may say, when you learn something, and especially, let's be honest, there are some snakes in the industry.
Oh baby.
But as we say in the South, you got tooken, you know. But you learned your lesson, and then somebody else comes with the same stuff, and you like, yeah, that's right. You're like, no, you didn't. No, you didn't, because I got this time. You know, doesn't it feel good when you recognize it?
Yes.
And,
Yes, it does.
and then you're like, no, we're not going to do this way. And you're able to stand on your own and say, I know this now about me. I know my worth. You're not going to do this time because I learned it the other day. You know, and especially being a woman in this field, there are women singers in jazz, but there are not as many women musicians in jazz. And yeah, a lot of people, they like to put us up there at the mic because it's pretty and we look pretty, and you know, even though there is talent there, but for women to be able to call the shots, there are not a lot of women doing that. One of the reasons I started my own band is because I wasn't getting those opportunities. And now I am fortunate enough as a blues band leader, not just a blues vocalist, but a blues band leader, to say, I don't want you in my band, but I want you in my band. And I'm not going to perform here because it's not enough money. We're going to do this, we're going to do this way. And I do run into those issues where the men folk, we love y'all, but y'all know y'all bossy. The men folk, how you going to try to run my band? And it's my name up there.
Right?
Exactly.
Okay. Okay. Oh, next week, Seydurah, are we on the gig? No, you're not on my gig. You know, what? I don't have to explain myself. Just think about what happened last week. My husband will tell you, I hate to say it, I fire people real fast. And he's sitting back there now, and he'll tell, yeah, he's nodding his head. I fire people out of my band. You know, you caused me to have to start late because you felt like it or you had an issue. I can't use you. That means you don't respect me. You don't respect what I'm bringing to my audience. And you gotta go, gotta leave, gotta go. Sorry.
Ms. Robert, you wanted to add something?
Yeah, I'm glad you brought the last part of what you were saying, because when you first went to the first part, I said, wait a second, have you met Antoinette Montague? Have you met Camille Thurman? Have you met Brianna Thomas? No, but your point is well taken, though, because it took a long time for women to get to that place. And in our world, at Jazzmobile, we actually do consider singers musicians, and we say your instrument is your voice.
Right.
And in our Saturday Jazz workshops, that's exactly what Antoinette and what we've always taught them. It's just a difference in perspective, but I think that when a singer, let's stick with females, when we tell them they are musicians, they see themselves psychologically, automatically equal to, even though we know they are. But when you tell them that they are, by calling them a musician, and your voice is your instrument, they get another perspective on it, and hopefully they're hearing it in high school, and then they're hearing as they go on, so they kind of get that ingrained. You know, that, no, I'm a musician. Yeah, you want to hear me sing?
Yeah.
Not me. Not me.
But
I'm just saying.
historically, that's the way it was.
Exactly.
And now we're
Right.
bringing it full
Exactly.
circle now, where women are really embracing who they are in
Exactly.
jazz and blues.
Exactly.
A lot of times, how pretty are they? How do they look in a dress? Years ago, and I used to hear Georgia speak about that. And we know it existed in the past.
Still
But like I
does.
said, there's a song called Sisters Are Doing It For Themselves. And right now, this day, we are. And there's nothing wrong with walking in that truth. I know that I have an instrument. Burgandy knows that there are days where we can't speak because we have to preserve our instrument. No speaking, no talking, no laughing, right? None of that, you know. But in the business side of it, we have to be able to walk very strong. Otherwise, we can easily be taken advantage of if we're not on the game.
You know,
Exactly.
a lot of times women are just always waiting for permission. Waiting for permission to be the person that we already know we are.
Absolutely.
And that's, it's not easy in a male-driven, male-led society when when a man tries to undermine your authority and tell you, no, this is how you should be playing it. But who's paying whom, sir?
Exactly.
I'm sometimes a spoken person, but when I'm operating in my fear, when I operate in fear, I was easily led astray. But walking in my power and giving myself permission, I have my own bands now. I've been told many a time I wasn't sexy enough to be in the front of somebody's band. I wasn't small enough to be in somebody's band. I have 5 of my own now. And that's what it does.
I will say that if you get a chance to go back 2 weeks, you got to check out the band that played. Noelle Simone Whippler had a band, and she had Ashley Peoples on piano and a lot of great musicians that were in the band. And forgetting some of their names now, but it was a very cool event. They were playing, had sister on the sax, sister on the flute.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, it was fun.
Right.
I love it.
This question, it's going to go out to everyone, starting with you, Ms. Seydurah. Did you always think jazz and blues was cool, or were you into other styles growing up?
I was a kid growing up in the 70s. Of course, I thought other stuff was cool. My church on Saturday was Soul Train, you know. So, and they didn't have any jazz or blues on that. But again, I had the honor and privilege of having a musician in the family. So as I got old, I didn't even realize the genre of different music that I was listening to. But then as I got older, I was like, oh, yeah, that's who that was. I was listening to the Rolling Stones at 4 years old. I didn't know that. I was listening to Thelonious Monk at 4 years old. It was just music. So to me, it was all meshed in along with the Soul Train, along with when we would see people on American Bandstand. Betty Carter, who I remembered hearing her voice, but I'll be honest, like a lot of people, I didn't know anything about her until I saw her on the Cosby Show, you know. And it was always, I mean, jazz is cool. I mean, you can walk to it, you can strut a certain way to it that you can't strut even to R&B, you know.
Sister Burgandy, did you always think jazz and blues was cool, or were you into other styles growing up?
I didn't know that there were genres when I was a kid. Music was music. Some we were allowed to sing in church, some we weren't. Some I heard on TV, some I heard at home. But it was all music to me. In high school, I didn't think jazz was as cool then, because everybody was singing R&B. So I left gospel. Well, I'm still doing gospel, but I moved toward R&B because, you know, I'm a Georgia Southern Baptist girl. So in my Georgia Southern Baptist roots, we sang gospel. But it wasn't until I started dating in college and started dating a flugelhorn jazz genius that I remembered, that my body, my soul remembered jazz, and blues. So it was, for me, like I said earlier, it's always coming home. So to hear it, to see it, to come to the events, it truly feeds. So there are no genres to me. It's still all music and it's all love.
All love. Miss Robin, did you always think jazz and blues was cool, or were you into other styles growing up?
Yes. Next question.
Can I add something real quick?
I'll take it. What was it?
Can I add something real quick, if you don't mind?
No,
I
but
remember
I'm sorry.
blues, B.B. King, The Thrill Is Gone. And it brings back this memory, I'm closing my eyes as I'm visualizing it, of my father on a Friday night putting on his 3-piece double knit suit to go out and fixing his ring and getting his gold chain together. And the thrill, if that ain't cool, a double knit suit in the 70s with the platform shoes and my dad brushing his little afro to the front, you know, that to me, that is the epitome of cool. And I hear, anytime I hear The Thrill Is Gone, that's the visualization. Having the coolest dad, watching the coolest dad in the world. Get ready to go out to go play poker for the night.
So I just want to elaborate on that a little bit, the answer to my question. So in our household, we heard all kinds of music. So we were aware of the different kinds of music, but I knew what my personal preference was. I mean, my dad would sit down and play classical music, and then my older brother and older sister, we would run in there and dance to it. Don't ask me what we were doing. The bodies were moving, and we called it dancing. Okay? But we loved it. My mother was the blues person. Give her some Ray Charles and leave her alone. You know, and that was her thing. But the fortunate part of all of that is that much like Duke Ellington, who said, They tell me I play jazz, but I say I play music. And he say that there are two kinds of music. I remember asking my father when he came home with Duke's book that said, "Music is my mistress." I said, "Why do you say jazz is my mistress?" And he said, "Well, Duke Ellington says there's only two kinds of music, good kind and the other kind. And hopefully I play the good kind." So that was how we were sort of introduced to music. Unfortunately, I had no musical talent. But I think that it's important to expose everyone to all kinds of music. Because there are a lot, I mean, we could just take music and we can slice it up and drill down on it and talk about how it also deals with, it can address social justice, right? Because that's how Jazzmobile got started, again, coming from a place of social justice. And you can learn about somebody else's culture by knowing more about their music as they learn about our music. So I think that, I'm very much aware and have been aware of the different genres, but definitely jazz and blues have always been cool.
Wow. Everybody, let's give a round of applause for our panelists, y'all. So I'd like to take a moment. Does anybody have any questions for these three? At the moment, does anybody have any questions? You can raise your hand. No? Yes.
How would each of you characterize the state of music today? I mean, I completed all of my junior high school, college education between 1990 and 1999. So I grew up with a certain type of music. And on Sundays, my mother would play what she called the Dusties in Chicago, which was blues and some jazz. And so now when I listen to music, if you played anything right now, I wouldn't be able to name.
So let's. So let's send that question out to Burgandy.
Abysmal. I think today's music is bereft of knowledge. They're sampling so much they don't know where it comes from.
True.
They sample but they don't listen. They hear it but they don't understand. They're not enriched. I think a lot of artists right now are so busy copying that they lack authenticity. And we grew up in authenticity. And had they been introduced to jazz, blues,
Just real.
all of it, real music, real musicianship, I think the state of today's music would be in a better place. today's music has no message to me. It doesn't speak to me. It makes me turn it off.
And I saw one more question over there.
Yeah, thank you all for being here. It's amazing hearing everybody. I was just curious, where can we continue to hear you all perform or see the next events? What's the next hit for y'all?
Seydurah?
Well, I'm actually at Red Rooster the first Monday of every month. Yes.
Shout out to Red Rooster, y'all.
She's here for a residency.
That is one of my residencies.
Come on.
I'm also at Terra Blues. You'd have to check the calendar. I'll actually be there Thursday night at Terra Blues from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. And yeah, those are my two main residencies. Oh, and Madam George in Midtown.
And how do they find you?
Yeah, how do we find
You can always find me on, look, I'm old. You find me on Facebook. You know, I would tell anyone, just type in the first name, S as in Sam, EYDURAH. And that'll pull up everything. Don't ask me what my Instagram handle is. I couldn't tell you if it's dot or underscore. But if you go to any of those social media platforms and type in my first name, type in Facebook, Instagram, what's the other one, TikTok?
Yeah, sure.
TikTok. You will find me just by typing in that first name.
Burgandy, do you have any shows coming up?
I do. I have a free, excuse me, I have a free show tomorrow at Ashford and Simpson's Sugar Bar.
I might go.
Come on through. It's from 8 to 10:30. Reservations aren't necessary, but if you don't want to stand up, I'd make one. It's my first free show. It's Burgandy and Friends. It's my second show this month. Thank you. And you can find me on all social media at Burg is here. B-U-R-G is here on all social media platforms. And I do have my first rock single coming out this Memorial Weekend called We the People.
Check it out, y'all. Miss Robin, do you have any events coming up? What's next?
So we have some music coming up. This Thursday in the afternoon, we convinced the folks that own the building that Minton's Playhouse is in, and they've agreed to let us come in there. And we're going to record Jeremy Pelt, Lewis Hayes, Jeremy's Quintet, and they're doing a tribute to Miles Davis and John Coltrane. It's going to be recorded. It's going to be a 1-hour set. And then the last half hour is going to be a conversation with Jeremy Pelt and Lewis Hayes. Beautiful. Lewis Hayes, as some of you know, played drums with John Coltrane and recorded on some of his albums. So he's going to be telling us some of his stories of interest. And then at 8 o'clock, you can find it on JZM-TV and on our website, www.jazzmobile.org. We're going to be doing a premiere of this, and it's going to be up for a week. Then we're going to take it down, and then we'll bring it up again on September 23rd, which is John Coltrane's actual birthday.
Amazing.
Did y'all have a good time this evening? Now, before we get out of here, I've arranged some questions that none of them know that I'm going to ask. So these are rapid-fire questions, and I just need a quick answer. So, Sister Seydurah, $1,000 wireless microphone or a cappella?
A cappella.
$1,000 microphone or a cappella?
So hard. Am I outside or inside?
Inside.
Inside?
Inside. Nice temperature.
Microphone.
$1,000 wireless microphone or a cappella?
I want to hear a cappella because y'all don't want to hear me sing.
Sister Seydurah, a 500-seat theater or a 50-seat intimate concert?
500-seat theater. Let's talk about the revenue. I want the money.
The same.
Boom.
I'm intimate, but I tell you, I do these big festivals. The first one I produced for like 5,000 people. I said, if I wasn't producing it, I wouldn't be here. I prefer intimacy.
Beautiful. The downbeat or the upbeat?
The downbeat.
Oh.
Downbeat always.
Downbeat.
Shout out to Downbeat. Acoustic unplugged or electric plugged in?
Guitar or
Guitar.
bass? Guitar. Give me an electric guitar.
I love it unplugged.
Unplugged.
Nothing more romantic than an acoustic guitar. Trust me.
Yeah. Choir or solo?
Solo.
Choir.
I'm going to say choir because I recently heard this amazing choir and I'm still hearing them in my ear.
Nice. Take the A train or take a soul plane?
A train all the way.
What's the soul plane?
Kevin Hart, Snoop Dogg.
Right.
No.
Oh, I know they have liquor, so I'll take the soul train.
Soul train. Okay, I dig it. I dig it.
A train.
A train. Beautiful. And the most pressing question in the news today: Michael Jackson or Prince?
Oh, come on.
This might take a while. I'm sorry. I know.
Come on.
I know it's not.
I'd actually say Michael Jackson.
Hmm.
I'll take Michael.
I have to say Michael.
Yeah. I'm going to say Michael Jackson also, and I want to say quickly why. I happen to love Prince and his music. Purple Rain will always be one of my most favorite films and songs of all time. But at his own admission, in one way or another, I never heard Michael Jackson say he was in competition with Prince or was trying to imitate Prince. But I kind of got the vibe that Prince felt differently about Michael Jackson. So I see Michael as the original.
Because he was the blueprint.
You know,
Yeah, he
I'd like to
was.
thank Miss Robin Bell Stevens, Miss Burgandy Williams, Miss Seydurah Avecmoi for coming out. My name is Solomon Hicks. You just had an in-depth listen at the National Jazz Museum. Thank you so very much. Sisters.
Thank you.
That was great. You did a great job. Yeah, that was fun.
Right, it was. I enjoyed it.
All right, guys, give it up for Solomon Hicks and this wonderful panel. Yes. So we're going to take a quick pause and prepare the stage for Miss Antoinette Montague. So just if you need to go to the restroom or stretch your legs, it'll be a quick pause and we'll resume with the beautiful concert.
Check. Check, check. Check, 1, 2.
I don't know if Antoinette wants that stand.
I think we got enough. Answer that.
Maybe, I'm sorry, did she want that stand?
Yeah, she wants this.
Oh, okay.
It's okay. Hold it for the right.
I thought it was for me, but I'm like, I don't want that. Tell it that. Maybe
Go.
Did she say what we're doing first? Lafayette. Did she say what we're doing first?
National Jazz Museum, how you feeling? Are you ready for some more music? So everybody, Antoinette Montague. Oh wait, I gotta wait till you get settled first. I gotta wait till. Hold on. I said, are you ready for some more music? Okay, so I need y'all to listen just for 1 second. Can I get your attention? Oh, yeah. Okay. Antoinette Montague is an internationally celebrated jazz and blues vocalist known for her commanding voice, emotional depth, and electrifying don't make me get da 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 da. I'd play some jungle drums and have Lafayette play some Round Midnight. Okay, here we go. I want to start again. Antoinette Montague is an internationally celebrated jazz and blues vocalist known for electrifying stage presence. A proud daughter of Newark, she has captivated audiences around the world with performances that blend tradition, storytelling, and soul. A recipient of the 2024 Jazz Journalists Association Jazz Hero Award, Montague continues to stand at the forefront of the genre. She is featured on the Grammy-nominated Voice Humana and appeared on the Emmy-nominated television show George to the Rescue in 2025. Her works extend beyond performance. She is a dedicated educator, mentor, and cultural ambassador. Named 2025 Educator of the Year by the Newark School of the Arts. She is passionate about preserving and expanding the reach of jazz through education and community engagement. From legendary venues like the Blue Note and Birdland to international stages across Israel, Russia, and South Korea, Montague brings jazz and blues to life with elegance, humor, and undeniable swing. And I just want to tell a quick story. I remember being very steeped in jazz and being around people like Lafayette Harris and James Stewart at the Cotton Club, and getting my lessons of jazz and my -7 flat 5 2-5-1s and my turnarounds and how to hit it. But it was being around people like Antoinette Montague that really got my start in the blues. And I remember being around her. She took me all the way to the Eleuthera, Bahamas, and where Nard Harper was playing, and I learned it was such a music lesson about blues and how to reach people, not just playing music, but how to change lives and touch souls. And she's one of my favorite entertainers, and you're very lucky to have her here tonight. A lot of times she's on the road, and so to have her, and along with her stellar band, this is beautiful, with Melissa Slocum on the bass. Come on. Yeah. Everybody, I mean, this is a beautiful night, and thank you so much for coming. And how many times do you see tap dancing in Harlem in 2026? So make sure you tell your friends. I'll let her introduce her band. Everybody put your hands together for the legendary, the one and only, keeping it going, the jazz woman to the rescue, Miss Antoinette Montague. Give it up for her, y'all.
Hey, baby, don't you treat me wrong. Come and love your mama all night long, oh yeah. Hey, hey, all right, okay. When you see me in misery, come on, girl, see about me all night long. Hey, 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 all right. Okay, I say, tell me what 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 I say. Ace. AC Lincoln. You can get up and dance. Let's stand up a minute. Come on, get up. Mr. Lafayette Harris. That's Lafayette. Mr. James Stewart. Phantom of the Opera, Mel Slocum. Ooh, Go, Earl, come on now. Tell me what I say. Earl Grice. Tell me what I say. Tell me what I say. Oh, tell me what I say. Tell me what I say. Tell me what I say. Baby, feels so good. Oh, feels so good. Feels so good. Feels so good. Tell me what I say. Tell me what I say. Party in Harlem. Party in Harlem. We're going to go here, there, and everywhere. So much going on in the world today. We're just so grateful to let the arts lift our hearts. There's always been art and music to the rescue when this nation has been in trouble. Mankind is out of where? Africa. Mankind is out of Africa. We are all 99.9 the same genomes. That means you, me, and everybody in this room is related. So everybody on the count of three say, welcome to the family reunion. 1, 2, 3.
Welcome to the family reunion.
I'm in the right place. And if Solomon were asking me a question about blues or jazz, well, let me tell you, Willie Dixon put it poignantly. He said, the blues is the roots, everything else is the fruit. From the blues comes every form of contemporary commercial music in this country and around the world. We are sitting in the village of Harlem, the epicenter of fashion, culture, taste, swagger. It don't get no better than where we are tonight together. I can think of no other place better than this. I can think of no 3 better women to sit down and have a conversation together about our culture, about our form. Miss Burgandy, Miss, I don't want to butcher the last name, but the other beautiful name, it's Savagnon, something like that. And my queen sister, Robin Bell Stevens, the purveyor of culture at the highest order. She does so many concerts throughout the year. And I have the privilege of being the teacher of that choir that she mentioned earlier, our students of all cultures. To teach our children, our Dominican children, that the pulse of their music comes from Africa. Salsa is not about putting your dip and your chip in, but it is the African beat. Salsa. Did you know the mariachi beat and the tap dancing of the mariachi dancers comes from Africa? If you Google it, I'm not making it up this time. I might make some other things, but long before we ever came here on slave ships, we were kings and queens. They never start the black narrative from being kings and queens. They started from oppression. They started from nothing. So that we know our mothers and fathers were kings and queens, that our children must know that they are all related, that your skin may be white as white and you may be blue and dark as night, but this is your family, that we have taken music out of our schools and art out of our schools, and we wonder why what they have now sucks, because we sat down and let them do it. But it ain't never too late to turn things around. While things are being quiet in this nation about the heinous things that are happening, we better speak up. So I'll do a little bit of it tonight, but I won't wear you out with it. But I did all my speech making, so let's commence the party. Did you have a nice part of that first song? Yeah, well, that was in honor of our D.D. Bell. Robin's father was one of the greatest bassists who worked for the Ellington Band. And her mother, one of the purveyors of culture, presenting concerts. And so she got it honest. From the Jackie Robinson festivals that she produced, to Jazz at Lincoln Center, to now being at the helm of Jazzmobile. We always want her to go home and rest because she is working and putting it in schools and creating that story. The blues is about a story. The blues is the roots. Everybody say the blues is the roots. The blues is the roots. Everything else is the fruit. Now, I'm going to make you mad if I tell you about how classical music was stolen from Africa, but I'll save that for another show. This song was created for everyone, not just black people, but for everyone to feel encouraged. It's called Lift Every Voice and Sing. We're going to do it in a swing, in the spirit of my favorite music. Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring. Come on. Bring with the harmony of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. 6-8, sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has brought us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of our new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. God of our silent tears, God of our weary tears, Thou who has brought us thus far along the way, Thou who has by Thy might led us into the light. Keep us forever in Thy path, we pray. road beneath thy hand. May we forever stand true to our God, true to our native land. Yes, brother. Yes, yes. Lest our feet stray from the places where we met thee. Lest our hearts drunk with the wine of the world we forget thee. Shadow beneath thy hand, may we forever stand true to our God, true to our native land. Yes, don't you wanna keep rising? Don't you wanna keep living? Sometimes forgiving. Lift our voice and sing. Lift every voice and sing. Tell the stories of the king and queen. Tell the stories of the queen and king. True to our God, true to our name. Duke Ellington walked these streets. Ella Fitzgerald was homeless on these streets. She broke out and ran away from a home that was made for colored orphans in Yonkers. Climbed out the window, determined. Lived on the streets, determined. Sang at the Apollo, determined to do the snake hips, but she saw the queen of swing in the Apollo, and, well, that changed her mind very, very quickly. We just had 100 years of the Savoy Ballroom. We got the Swing Dance Society of Harlem in the back. There's Barbara. Stand up, Barbara Jones. What's the lady's name that we celebrated this year, Barbara? What's the lady's name we celebrated? The Queen of Swing. Norma Miller. Yeah. So this song, in honor of the parties that they had at the Savoy, they had to replace the floor at the Savoy because they would wear it out. Hell's a Poppin' is one of the things you can see on YouTube and see how they just did aerial dancing. Just incredible culture, the height of culture. What good is melody? What good is music if it ain't possessing something sweet? It ain't the melody. No, it ain't the music. There's something else that makes the tune complete. It don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. Do-wah, 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 do-wah. It don't mean a thing. All you got to do is swing. Do-wah, 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 do-wah. Makes no difference if it's sweet or hot. Just give that rhythm everything. Give it everything you've got. Don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. Do-wah, 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 do-wah. And the chair of Duke Ellington, hit it. Don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. Don't mean a thing, all you got to do is sing. Makes no difference if it's sweet or hot. Give that rhythm everything. His foot's got. Lincoln. Hey, she a woman. Oh, do what, 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 do what. choices, so little time. Let's do Moonglow. We got some dancers in the back. We're gonna give you a little cute dancer one. Oh no, you leaving? The panel people leaving? I sat listening, y'all better sit down. What's wrong with people today? You leaving me, Burgandy?
I ain't eat shit. I'm so hungry. She said, somebody ordered a lady some food.
Well.
It's honest.
Any Gershwin lovers in the house? We love Gershwin. He purchased a lot of Duke Ellington songs when Duke was trying to keep the band going. They say, how do you keep a big band going? He said, pay them. That's just how that is. Okay. So a Gershwin tune that I love. Love you, Porgy. Don't take me. Don't let him handle me and drive me mad. If you can keep me, I want to stay here with you forever. I'll be glad. Yes, I love you, Porgy. Don't let him take me. Don't let him handle me with his hot hands. If you can keep me, I want to stay here with you forever. I've got my man. Oh, someday he's coming back to call me. He's going to handle me and hold me so. It's going to be like dying, Porgy, but somehow I know I'll have to go. I'll have to go. I love you, Porgy. Don't let him take me. Don't let him handle me. I Someday he's coming back to call me. Yeah. He's going to handle me and hold me so. It's going to be like dying party. But somehow I know I'll have to go. With you forever, and I'll be glad. Oh, with you forever, I'll be glad. I've got my man. I love you, Porgy. Everybody. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Just makes me home. Just makes me. Have you ever had a porgy? Not talking about the fish sandwich. This next tune is in honor of the ladies who did their thing. Really? They said 5 more minutes.
You're just getting warmed up.
Man.
You're so great, Dave.
Let's do I'm Everyday's People. Here we go. Okay. Huh?
People.
Yeah. So the blues is the roots. One of the next generations of great pianists beyond category. Duke said for us to be beyond category, not to live inside of. He said the word jazz means they're just sticking you in the black section of the record store. Now, I love the word jazz. Okay, I name every dog I got something with jazz in it. Little jazz, jazz. Anyway, 1, 2, Sly Stone, 4. Let's bring the blues out of it. Sometimes I'm right and I can be wrong. In my songs, the butcher, the baker, the drummer, and then makes no difference what group I'm in. I am everyday people. Yeah. Listen, I am no better. Different strokes for different folks, and so on and so on. Scooby-Dooby-Dooby, woo, sha-sha. Listen, we gotta live together. Abbey Lincoln on tap. Earl Bryce on drums. The great James Stewart. Not related to Jimmy Stewart, but James Stewart. Mel Slocum on the bass. The great and amazing Lafayette Harris on piano. I'm your girl. All right, blues out. I was going to invite the ladies up to sing a blues to close the show and surprise them. They surprised me. This is gone. I bet you they're over at Jacobs. Go over there and say, she called you guys up to sing. What happened? They'll be like, oh, no. Okay. Blues and G. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Let's all stand up, y'all. Redemption song. They're all I've ever had. Redemption song. So, we'll let the good times roll. All night long. Let the good times roll. All night long. Let it fill his soul. Where Solomon Hicks is either. Is he here? Oh well, we'll look this out. Good times roll. All night long. All night long. All night long. All night long. Then Jackie Wilson would do. Come out here on the floor. Let's rock some more. Come out here on the floor. Let's rock some more. When you get out here, don't you have no fear. Matter of fact, I like it like that. Work out. Yeah, baby, work out. Work, baby. Work, work out. Work, baby. Work, work out. Work out. Work out. Work all night long. Thank you. Thank you. Bless you. And Sandy LaForey there, and Karen Daly, with so many great people in the house, our wonderful folks from Ellington Society. Thank you so much. Bless you. They gave us a signal for 5 minutes, 10 minutes ago. It was supposed to be an hour, but that's okay. I'll make the money for less time. It's okay. Solomon's gone. Can you imagine? See, that is the height of what's wrong with the music. That we must unite and regard and love. And we must, if you don't mind, because the ticket price was a pretty good price tonight, right?